This is part 2 of the 3-part series on NX Animation Designer. Last time we went over the basic setup and worked with a conceptual design to create an animation. In this part of the series, we'll add detailed components to the animation, then we'll animate that, then graph that motion, and then we'll show creating a motion envelope. This is the animation part we created in the last video, so just as a reminder, if we click play, this is the motion we had. So I'm going to stop that there and go back to the beginning. Now that we've created our detailed components, we have an assembly over here, our engine assembly. We can add that to our animation. So we'll do add component, select our engine assembly, select OK, and then I'm just going to fix that just to make sure it doesn't get moved. So I'll fix that engine assembly, select OK. And now that we've already defined our joints and our rigid groups, we don't have to redefine our joints or anything. We can just come into our rigid groups and add the components. So if we double click the connecting rod, we'll just select the connecting rod, the cap, and the 2 bolts. Select OK. Same thing with the crankshaft. We'll just select the crankshaft component. Piston, we'll select the piston component, and wrist pin, and we'll select our wrist pin there. And I'm going to go ahead and hide that sketch and hide our curves. So now if we go back to the Animation Designer tab and we just click play, it's that simple. We have our motion. So the work we put in at the conceptual level can be reused once the detailed components are created. Now that we've got our detailed components created and added to our animation, there's several different things we could do. We could do a collision check. We could add monitors. There's a few things we could do. We'll touch on a couple of them here, but we won't hit on all of them. So one thing we could do is we can add a monitor and then graph. So if we add to start with, we'll add a point here, and I'm going to make it non-associative, and then add a monitor. So basically this will keep track. There's several different options, but we'll do a distance. It'll keep track of the distance as the piston travels. So I'm going to select that existing point for the first object, and then that midpoint for the second object. Distance is 0 to begin with. Select OK, and then we can open up our graph. And now if we hit play here, we'll see it gets plotted. The displacement gets plotted as it animates the motion. Once it's done, we can right click, we can go to probing mode, we'll say single X, and then we can just drag this line along to kind of see the motion and as it goes along the graph. So there might be many use cases for this, clearance checks and things of that nature. So that's one thing we can do. Another thing we can do, I'm going to go back to the beginning here. I'm going to hide that sketch, and then I'm going to go ahead and delete that point we created and delete that monitor. So another thing we could do is create an envelope. So maybe the person working on the oil pan needs an envelope to work around. We can create an envelope for them and send it to them. So before we do that, I'm going to edit this position motor, and instead of 10 revolutions, I'm going to change the end time to 2, and I'm going to change the angle to 360. So it'll do 1 revolution. Just easier to solve. And so if we play that just to double check, we should have 1 revolution there. So if we click on envelope, we can specify the rigid groups that we want to create envelopes for. We'll select the crankshaft or the connecting rod and the crankshaft. And then the translucency is set to 80. I'll just leave it there for now. And then we can set the accuracy. I'm going to leave it on high, but you can also do a custom value. So you may see that you need to increase or decrease depending. So then we'll just select OK. For a really complex animation, this could take a while. This one's not too bad, so we'll see how long it takes. And we see it starting to generate those bodies in the graphics window. So that wasn't too bad. That was real time there. This one wasn't bad. And so if we just kind of move our view around, we can kind of see how those translucent bodies encompass the components there. And we can, if we want to hide the engine assembly now and just focus on those components in the non-timestamp geometry group. In the part navigator, we can see those. And for the time being, we'll just set the translucency to 0. And so we could take these bodies, copy them, paste them into a separate part file that's, for the old pan envelope or the rotating assembly envelope, and the old pan designer could reference that to make sure they're clear. So we'll hide those for now. And then I'll turn the assembly back on. So there's a few things we could do. There's several others, but we won't go into all of them there. And so once we've added our components, or once we've created our conceptual animation, we can add our components in. Once we have the detailed designs, add those to the rigid bodies. So we added them to these rigid bodies that were already created. We didn't have to touch the joints again. And then we just hit play. So just for good measure, we'll play it one more time. And so there's our animation with our detailed components added.
In the next part of the series, we'll cover how to create animated camera views.